Hi everybody and welcome to the very first podcast, Unfiltered. For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Yannah and I run the CEO Digital Lab, and this is our very first session of doing the Unfiltered podcast, which is just about being fully transparent in business journeys in the hair, beauty and aesthetic industry. So the first person that I've got on today is Millie, and she's a nurse prescriber, and you've been in the aesthetic industry for 3 years, babe, haven't you? So if you want to tell people a little bit about you, that'll be perfect. We'll go from there.
Sure. So my name's Amelia, but everyone just calls me Millie because I prefer it. I've been a nurse of 9 years this year. That's gone really quick. And I've been doing aesthetics for 3 years, which I absolutely love. And I also prescribe for a lot of different people too.
Yeah, brilliant. So with your NHS then, so what is it that you were doing in the NHS? Because obviously there's so many different roles in the NHS, isn't there?
So I work in I'm still in the NHS and I am in outpatients, so mental health outpatients. So I sit in a clinic like what a consultant would and just review my patients.
Yeah, that's amazing. That must be really rewarding as well. And I bet it helps with your aesthetics as well, doesn't it?
It does help because you do get those that come along with a bit of body dysmorphia. So you're in a position where you can say, I don't think now is the right time, or like what's going on in your life.
No, I agree with that, because I had a body dysmorphia policy when I was practicing, and I can remember a few people saying to me, oh, I've never thought of that. But it's so important, isn't it? Because we have a responsibility as practitioners to have that care for clients that come to us. And if they don't need something doing, I was one of them people like, no, you don't need this doing, or this isn't the right treatment for you, because that is just so important, isn't it?
Yeah, or being able to say, well, actually, I don't think this treatment is going to do what you want it to do, but this might. Not a lot of, sadly, in this industry, we do have a lot of people that do just want the money and will say, okay. Or like someone says, oh, I want $1 mil in my lips, but their lips can't take it, but they will just do it for the money.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I can remember having clients come to me and someone said, oh, can you do me 2 mil of... Oh, I'm back. Sorry, something.
You're back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So I had someone come to me saying that they wanted 2 mil of filler in the lips in the one sitting, and I was like, definitely not, babe. That's not going to happen. They're like, oh, well, my old practitioner did. And I was like, well, so why are you not going back to your old practitioner? You know, it's people just don't understand, because I think some people that come into this industry, like you say, they come into it for the wrong reasons as well. You know, they do. They think, oh, big money, because it is advertised in that sense, isn't it? Because we've kind of had that conversation before. You kind of sold a bit of a dream, aren't you, when you come into aesthetics?
Oh, absolutely. It's, oh, you can earn 10K months. It doesn't work like that at all. Like some people are really lucky. They come in and it's fine. And they do really well. Some of us have to like literally sell our souls.
It feels like that sometimes.
It literally feels like you're selling your soul.
Because you wear so many hats that clients don't see as well. I mean, I think like, you know, with how big social media is, and social media is without a doubt the biggest marketing platform now, isn't it? It is. That's just the way that it is. And you only ever really see just the client hands-on treatment part. You don't actually see everything else that goes on behind the scenes, and the amount of, you know, personal investment that you have to do, because you have to really work on yourself as well as a practitioner and things like that as well, don't you? You know, and it's things like your stock, your prescribing, all that type of stuff. Obviously, they brought in all the new regulations and things like that, so you couldn't do the telephone consultations no more. It's all face-to-face, and obviously with what you do, that's how I met you, by being my new performance. So yeah, no, it is. There is a lot more that goes on, and I think as well with training academies, they don't fully give you the bigger picture. It's like you walk away with these shiny new certificates, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, off you go, and I'm like, so now I'm qualified to inject someone's face. That's absolutely terrifying. I mean, I think I was qualified for 3 months before I injected anyone. I was terrified. I generally was terrified.
I was too. So I remember when I finished my training and I did have someone booked in for lips, and I was just terrified. Like I think I made an excuse up saying, oh, I need to get some hyaluronidase in case, not that it's going to happen, but like I really had to psych myself up for it. The Botox side, I was fine with it, but when it came to the filler, I was like, oh, like I've pushed them back. I did it and I felt great after, but oh my gosh, it was that fear of like, I've got to do this now.
Terrifying. When I was actually in my training, I don't know if Amy has joined yet. So I met Amy when I was doing training. She's become one of my bestest friends. And on the day that it came to us doing lip filler, I am not joking. I went white. I was sat at the table. The models were outside waiting to come in, and I went completely white. The colour just drained, absolutely drained from my face. And Amy said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm gonna faint." Because we'd just gone through all the complications and everything that could happen, and how serious, a VO could be. The fear, thinking, "Oh my gosh, we're not playing Russian roulette here with people's faces. This is serious stuff. It really is serious stuff." And I delayed the models by like 2 hours, and in the end, like the trainer was like, "Yannah, you've really got to do this." And I was like, I was terrified. Like I generally thought, I can't do this. I doubted everything, absolutely everything.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, it really, really is.
Like you go in, you do your training, and they're like, "Okay, bye."
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh, if you need us for support, they take like 6 working days to reply.
It's just not there, is it? The support
No.
isn't there, and you'll be like me. I bet you did your research big time into going with a training provider. And you kind of get drawn into the social media side of it. Like, oh yeah, they look like they've got loads of followers and they've trained loads of people and things like that. So you think you've picked the perfect place to train, thinking, oh, they're offering lifetime support 24/7, and you kind of get reined into that. And then when it comes to it, like there's just nothing.
So I actually trained with someone on my prescribing course. She actually left it, and I thought, oh, she's doing a prescribing. She's going to know her stuff, because this is a hard course. Let's just say I've done lots of training since.
Yeah. I think that's definitely it. Once you walk away with them certificates, it really isn't a case of, oh, you're now trained, you know what you're doing. It never can be trained enough, in my opinion. You need to always be seeking out, like masterclasses and things like that to really upskill yourself and things like that. I mean, Clancy's watching, and Clancy, who she trained with, absolutely fantastic. Like, absolutely, the support was fantastic for Clancy. And she did have that, proper support. And I ended up doing a bit of additional training with someone that was also based there. So yeah, Clancy, always upskill 100%. And I ended up doing a bit of training there. It was more the beauty side of things, but even just training with them through beauty, they became my support also through any aesthetic concerns and things like that, because, things can go wrong. I've had people faint on me. I've had 2 people faint on me when I'm doing lip filler, because they go into a bit of shock. You need to know what you're doing in that moment. You really can't be messing around, can you? You need to know.
No, it's true. I've had a couple of instances myself of people having to like literally run and be sick, and okay, quick, you eat this, you drink this water, we'll take a break, let's go get some air.
Yeah, you do. And but that's all the things that you don't get taught. I mean, I walked away with a certificate to administer, if there was a VO. I was never actually shown how to do it on my training course.
Oh gosh, I mean,
I trained how to do it, but I had a certificate saying that I was trained in it. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah, I mean, I never in my training course did, but I did loads of masterclasses, and it was really hammered, so I felt like I could.
Oh yeah. Luckily for me, I've got quite, you do build up a lot of networking contacts, don't you, in this industry very quickly. If you are one of them people that does want to get to know other people, and that networking is so important. I say it all the time on my socials, like networking with other people in the industry is the most important part in my opinion, because you will always learn something from someone else. So having that network there, you don't feel as alone, because it can be so isolating. Don't you think it can be a really isolating industry if you haven't got that network?
Absolutely. It's probably only the last kind of year that I've really built up my network. I mean, I had people that I could speak with, but because I was the prescriber, most people were coming to me. So it's like, well, who do I offload to? Because loads of people are coming to me. So where do I go from here? But yeah, I'd say the last year I've really built up like some really good friendships and networks.
No, it is so important. So kind of going back then, when was the moment that you thought that, okay, I want to go into aesthetics?
So this is quite personal. So I have Botox for my migraines.
Right, yeah.
So I have it at the hospital. It's kind of something I've always wanted to do, and I think after I had my little boy, I was like, I think now is the time. Like, now is the time to do it. I'm ready. I've got some time to commit. I know it's going to take a while. despite what they say.
Yeah.
Now is the time to do it for me. If I can help people, like Botox has changed my life medically, I would be crippled over in bed, vomiting. I would survive, but that's what I was doing. I was surviving, and it really changed my life. And I thought, well, I can do this for people too. I can make people feel better.
And I think that's the thing as well with aesthetics. I think the industry itself kind of inherited quite a bad name. You know, the duck lips, the overfilled lips, all this type of stuff. And actually, a lot of the treatments, they are used for medical purposes as well. You know, people that excessive sweat, for example, the Botox can be injected into the armpits and things like that. But I think people don't understand how actually life-changing aesthetics can be. It's not just lip filler and overfilled lips. I mean, luckily,
no, it's not.
2026, we're stepping into the natural, treatment era, aren't we? Which is, we're all loving that. But yeah, I think it's more about educating people as well, isn't it? Because if people only see what they see online, or people are starting to look a little bit the same, it's becoming a bit of an industry that we do need to kind of like rein back, like, hold on a minute, there's actually a lot more to this, isn't there?
Yeah, and the thing is that, like I said, some people are solely in it just for the money, and I just think, like, it's not profitable to start off with for years. Like, I'm 3 years in, and am I making a profit? No. Anything I earn goes back to doing masterclasses and reinvesting, and I don't expect that I will see a profit for a while. So, but all these people that will do it like dodgy, for example, with the black market Botox, doing lip filler for £40.
No. And I mean, that's the thing that you see, it's difficult to, attract the right clients, and attracting the right clients is so important, isn't it? Because you don't want to just attract everyone just to fill that chair. So I always said from the very beginning, I was never going to be the cheapest, because I didn't want to be the cheapest. I wanted to have, the best products, medical graded things, I didn't want to be that cheap person. So that probably in a way delayed me building my client base up, because I wasn't the cheapest in this area. I probably was offering quite premium prices, but once I'd kind of got that message out there and who I was as a person, because people buy from people as well, don't they? And that's very important as well. And once that message kind of got across what my core values were and my morals and things like that, that's when my client base started to grow, because then it becomes like word of mouth, doesn't it? It becomes like a whole domino effect. Like I was, comparing myself to people that was in big salons, and I was working from home, I judged myself a lot. I was really stressing myself out about it, but actually my setup was perfect looking back. Like there was nothing wrong with my setup.
Whereas I was renting a room once a month, and now I am where I am, and I've been here for like 2 years. It'll be 2 years this year. And I just think I had to find the right place. The first place I was at was awful. It was in a salon, and although it wasn't in the salon, it was kind of round the back. The atmosphere wasn't it. Whereas I also think you need to be in an atmosphere where you can grow. And I'm really lucky that all of the girls here are amazing. They're really supportive.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, even some clients used to feed back to me saying, actually, Yannah, I like that you're at home, because some people actually don't like salon environments because they have got that, a bit of a bitchy vibe in some of them, haven't they? I mean, I can remember going to a salon as a client myself, many years ago, and they was all talking about, going to mobs and things like that. It was very glitz and glam, there was very glamorous girls, like stunning. It was like, do you go to mobs? And I was like, no. And they looked at me like I was an alien. I was like, should I be going to mobs? Like, should I be doing that? But instantly it made me feel uncomfortable. Like, and it did. And I've been in situations as well where a client's walked out the door and they start talking about that client, and I'm like,
yep,
what are you doing? And apparently that is more common than we think, because a lot of clients, you say that to me like, oh yeah, I've been in them situations. It's made me nervous to go to salons. They just won't go.
I think one of my clients is actually watching this live. I don't know if Louise is still here.
For a second to comment, she's still here.
I'm sure she'll still be here.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, one of my clients is here, and so I suppose that's a good thing on my part.
Yeah, 100%. And do you find as well, you know, when you did make the leap to go into aesthetics, what was your initial support network like? Because you always hear people say, oh, you know, people are more, you know, people that you know, like your friends and your family. Were they supportive of you, or was you one of the people that experienced like you didn't get the support like that you thought that you would get?
The only person that was really supportive was my partner, but like friends, colleagues, things like that. Some of them were okay, but they weren't that bothered.
No. And I think you find that. I mean, I watched a video earlier on here, and the girl was like, you know, loads of people have been sharing that Molly May is pregnant. And I mean, personally, I love Molly May, but so many people were sharing, like her friends and family was like really excited that Molly May is pregnant again. She goes, but not a single person has liked one of my business posts in months, not a single share, not a single recommendation. And these things are free. Like, you've not even got to pay, you know, to support someone. Like, the support actually is just the like and the comment, the sharing. Like, that is worth more than anything, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if you know what it's like, people find their person, don't they? Even if I am not your person, you sharing might lead me to someone who is my person.
Yeah, exactly. And I always say to people, engage in as well. Like, even other people in the industry, you know, we've already spoke about networking as such, but even that, if I see another practitioner come up on my page, whether in hair, beauty, aesthetics, I will hype them up. Like, I will, like, babe, that's stunning work. Like, these results are incredible, you know. And I think it's just so important. I don't understand the whole egotistical side of social media of, you know, oh, how many likes can you get? How many comments can you get without responding to your comments? Because you see that a lot as well, don't you? Like, people will comment and they won't even engage back. And I'm just like, what? Why? Like, I don't understand it. Social media.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. So what have you found to be your biggest challenges so far since entering this industry?
Prescribing for starters. Some people want all your help, all of your attention, and they don't really want to help you.
Yeah.
Like, if you want help back, they're just not bothered. I would also say how slow it has been to build up.
Yeah.
That is a real big challenge. And like I say, sometimes it feels like you're literally selling your soul.
Yeah. It's draining, isn't it?
It's really draining. Social media is a full-time job.
Yeah, it really is. And that's why social media, you know, agencies are popping up every single day, because it really is a full-time job. It's not as simple as it probably was, you know, 10 years ago, where you can post some before and after pictures and that brings you in clients. That it's just not the way that it works anymore. I mean, have you seen that new trend where it's like, you know, practitioners show their certificates and them doing really good transformation stuff, and clients are like, no. But if they're dancing, doing a trend, oh yeah, I'll book with them. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
I will never dance.
No,
never.
I tell you what, I've nearly fell into the trap a few times, but you know what? I just think, why? Like, why? You have to, you know, you get more creative with some of your posts as such, but
yeah.
I feel like I want to be dancing to show my expertise off. Like, I don't see why I should have to do that for people to then trust me as a person. Like, you can show your personality in other ways, you know, you don't.
How does dancing make you want a book?
It's bizarre. It is bizarre, but you see it. You see these, you know, TikToks and things. They go viral, don't they? They go viral and they're fully booked for like a year because of this viral video.
It just doesn't make sense.
It is crazy. It is absolutely insane. But yeah, social media, it's just massive, isn't it? You know, trying to monitor it all, and it changes so quickly. It's like one thing that you might think, oh yeah, I'm going to do that next week. Actually, it's not trending next week, so there's no point. So you could be scheduling your posts to make life a little bit easier, and actually, oh, that's gone now. It's something else, you know.
Yeah. You missed it within a day.
Yeah, it is that. It is literally like that. And I find it, you know, I've become really bad at responding to messages. I was always one of them embarrassingly fast text backers. Like, I would text someone back straight away. Like, I would respond back, you know, to people within seconds. Like, I am that person. It gives me anxiety knowing I've got a message sat there. You know, now I had 100 messages sat across this platform and the other platform, you know, just from this last week, because I find it so overwhelming. Because once you go on social media, it's like a whole minefield. Like, oh my God, there's like 20 new trends that I've now got to figure out how to work into my niche, you know?
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't keep up. And there was one point where I had about 30 unread messages on Instagram, and I've still got about 162 on WhatsApp unread. I'm actually not lying. I'll kind of skim through it and think, is this important? Nah.
It's so tough. It is just draining, like when you've got your other responsibilities, like you've got your other job and things like that. 'Cause obviously I've got another job as well around my business, and then you've got the house to think about, the kids to think about, then you've got to do food shopping. Oh, the cleaning needs doing. Oh, I need to see my family at some point. Oh, I could do with some girl time. Like half the time, I feel so overwhelmed, and I think that's just things that people don't see as business owners. You see all the nice glitz and glam stuff that we put out there, but actually we're so overwhelmed and so overstimulated. Like we really are.
Honestly, it's the worst.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, they never tell you how overwhelming it's going to be and how you're going to have days where you think, I really can't do this.
Yeah. I've had days where I've sat there and completely self-doubted absolutely everything. I can remember 3-4 months into opening my beauty and aesthetic business, and I was sat there and I just burst into tears. In fact, I think I even rang up my best friend and said, that's it, I'm quitting. She's like, what do you mean you're quitting? I was like, I can't, this is too much. Like, it was just too much for me, because you have to think about so much. Like, you're lying in bed at night time and you're still awake at 2 a.m. because you're thinking, oh my God, I need to do this. Oh yeah, that needs doing. Oh, this needs doing. Oh, I forgot to do that. Oh, I need to message that client back. Oh, this person needs messaging back. Like, it's just crazy. I don't think my brain has ever been the same since entering into this industry. Like, I generally don't think so, it has at all.
Have you seen the meme where that person's lying in bed? Like, oh, it's Joey from Friends. He's lying in bed, and then all of a sudden he goes, his eyes just open so wide, like when you remember you didn't reply to your client.
It's the worst. I used to be in bed so early, like I was a proper early person. Like, I'm talking like 6 p.m. at night. I'm not joking. I couldn't stay awake since like past 6 o'clock. And then it was getting later and later and later and later. And now I'm still up at like 1 a.m. sometimes, because my brain literally cannot switch off. I'm thinking, oh God, I've got so much to do, especially with making the decision to close down my beauty and aesthetic business as well and open this and go fully in with this. It's like starting from scratch all again with a new baby. It's like, oh my God, like this all needs nurturing, this needs looking after, like there's so much to do. And it does remind me, like back then, because it's exactly the same. I thought my life was kind of going to get a little bit easier, but actually, no, I've probably just made things like so much harder for myself, like generally.
You got to take a chance, haven't you?
Yeah, it's definitely the right thing. It's 100% the right thing for me, because it's where I'm more aligned. It was always the route that I was meant to go down. 100%. I knew it from day one anyway, because that's where my passion is. Like, with all my businesses that I've done over the last 10 years, my passion always has been helping other people and inspiring other people. So I always knew that I would probably naturally gravitate somewhere down that line. But at the time, I probably thought I'd go into teaching in the industry. That's probably what I thought at the time, but it's turned into something totally different, and I've decided to now closing that down, reopen a whole new one. It's weird how you kind of go on different paths, because it does open a lot of doors for you, doesn't it? It does.
But you look like you're doing so well with it.
I'm glad that I'm pulling it off, babe. It means all them, you don't see me sat behind, on the sofa, and I'm like, no one sees any of that. But yeah, no, and it's true. It's social media again, though, isn't it? You see what they only see very little snippets of things. They don't see the whole 24 hours in the day as such, do they?
No, they don't.
Can you remember doing your very first ever client? Like, obviously, I know that you said that the first one you kind of like diverted a little bit, didn't you? But who was the actual very first one? What treatment was it?
I can't remember,
I can remember.
I think it was Botox.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was Botox.
Yeah.
But I felt all right with Botox.
Botox never freaked me out either, like ever. Like, I don't know what it was, but I know my best friend Clancy, like she was fine with lips, but it was Botox for her that she was a bit like, weird, because obviously you don't want to be given like a drop brow and all that type of stuff.
No, but then I just think if you know your anatomy and your landmarks and what's safe and what isn't safe, then you're okay. It's like you can know your anatomy when you're doing fillers, but you'll always have that one person that the anatomy is slightly varied.
Yeah, exactly.
And that 1% might be that 1% where you get the occlusion or something.
Yeah.
But I always think if you have a good support system and a good prescriber who will be there, you'll be fine.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if Amy is watching, but Amy, obviously, like I said earlier on, she did the training with me. That's how I met Amy. And part of our training was injecting each other, and she went into my lip, aspirated. It was a positive. And she just froze. She went, there's blood. There's blood.
Oh,
She's like, I'm here, baby. Amy, can you remember? She just froze, and I was like, get it out of me, get it out of me, get it out of me. But I was actually quite happy that happened in training, because our trainer was just like, yeah, just pull it out. As long as you didn't push no filler in, you're absolutely fine. You know, like, but yeah, it's nerve-wracking, isn't it? Like, it is, like, you can't play Russian roulette with people's faces. Like, you really can't.
No, when you see all these people doing all these stupid trends that aren't safe, okay, yeah, your results might look great, but you are literally playing Russian roulette.
Yeah, I've seen people using, like, you know, the vitamin C serum that you can get from Home Bargains for like 99p. I've seen people
microneedle with, yeah.
What the hell? Yeah,
and those serums don't actually even have vitamin C in.
No.
So God knows what they're putting on people's faces.
It's crazy. Then I think to myself, is it the lack of correct training, or is it people thinking, is it being like overly confident? Because I was one of them people, I don't know about you, I can imagine you to be a bit like me. I over research everything. I'm a bit of a geek. Like, so, you know, if like I like to look into everything, like why this would work, or why this would work, or is this safe, or is this not safe? Like, I'm a bit over the top like that, to be honest with you. I get a bit obsessed. So yeah, but when I can remember seeing like, yeah, vitamin C serum being microneedled into someone's skin, and guess what? They had like the worst skin barrier issues for a very long time because of it. And I just think, wow, like, how could you do that to someone? They come to you in trust.
I kind of feel like if you're going to be touching people's faces, you need to be researching. Yeah. And I feel like it's either lack of training, they don't care, and again, just want the money.
Yeah.
Or
I think that, like you say, it is. It's that selling the dream, isn't it? You know, you see people, you know, flying to Dubai, you know, at all these award events, looking very glam.
All these people are in debt.
I know, that is the
like they've literally hired a private jet and got themselves in debt for that one trip.
It's crazy. But this is, you don't think until you're actually in the industry yourself. Like, you're so it as a potential person to, you know, go into the industry and train with them, and you're thinking, wow, this lifestyle looks amazing. Like, yeah, I want to get a bit of this, and then all of a sudden you go into it and you're like, oh, actually that person's broke. Like, come on, just be honest about your financial situation. Like, you can literally be open and honest. Like, I've not made a profit in, you know, however many years. Like you said, like, it's tough out here. Like, it is tough. Like, we're not millionaires in one night. Like, it's not, you know.
Absolutely not. And if you want to build a sustainable business where people trust you, don't use shit products, excuse my language, but if you're using rubbish products, like, you might as well just not be doing it.
Literally. Do you know what one of my biggest industry icks is when people are trying to fill their chair and they'll be like, oh, I've had a cancellation, I'm doing a content day next week, but it's the same content slots every single week.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting content, you're trying to fill your chair. You know, look at other ways to attract the right clients, and then you won't be having them issues, you know. And I think this is the thing as well, you know, you can never stop learning. If you struggle with something like social media or attracting the right clients or whatever, there's help out there. You go and access it. It's not you being a failure. Like, we're not taught these things. You're not taught how to, you know, run a business and attract the right people in and be profitable and things like that. You're not taught that in training. So go out and get it. Go out and find the help, because it's out there, isn't it?
And even if you have to pay people to do it for you, hey, there's no shame in that. I've done it. I've paid people to do my social media just because I literally don't have the time and I don't know what to post. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I still have no idea. It's just trial and error, isn't it?
It is. It literally is. You can have something that absolutely blows up. And do you know what? 9 times out of 10, it's something that took 2 minutes to do. Like, I did one of them warming up videos. I'm not joking. That took me not even 5 minutes to film. And then there was another video that was shot off. And then another one that I did took 5 hours for a 1 minute video, and it flopped. And I was like, wow, like, this place is crazy. Crazy.
Currently waiting for Yannah to agree to take my social media over.
No, Amy, no, it's not happening. Don't put any more on me, like, honestly. But yeah, it's tough.
You could do it though.
It's tough. It's so
Still
tough.
helping people.
Yeah. Like, you know, with the guide that I've got, the Flawless Fees, that literally teaches everything you need to know about social media. Literally, absolutely everything that I learned. You know, I have got a social media management qualification as well. And obviously I've been in business like 10 years. So it's everything that's in that guide is designed to help anyone that is struggling. So this is the thing, there's things out there to help people. Like there generally is, you know, there's plenty of things out there. But I think people are so happy to invest thousands and thousands of pounds into their training, but they don't want to invest in them little bits that actually are holding them back, like branding. And do you know how to actually price yourself, or are you just pricing yourself because Sally down the road is putting it up for that price? Like, does it reflect your products? Like, you know, all that type of stuff, your insurance and your consumables and all these type of things. But yeah, you're not taught it, are you? You're really not.
No, you go into it thinking, oh, I'm going to earn so much money. And then you think about your sharps disposals, consumables, your products, room rent.
It's crazy. And it all adds up. I can remember like sitting with my expense book every single month, and there was one month and the expenses were over £2,000 for 1 month. And I was like, wow, like £2,000 just out like that. You know, people don't see all of that though. You know, it's insane, isn't it? So has there been through your journey any lessons that you've learned the hard way?
Yeah, don't invest in rubbish training. And also, just because they have a really big name in the industry doesn't actually mean that their training is going to be any good. You actually find that people that are lesser known in the industry actually take that little bit more of a time because they're less arrogant. I did some training with a well-known person, and yeah, it was okay, and yeah, I got what I wanted out of it. Was it worth what I paid? No. I did some training with somebody who's not as well known, and I would say it's completely changed the way I do lips. Like, just because you think, oh, they're my idol. You know what they say, never meet your idol.
Yeah. I think as well, you know, on social media, what a lot of people don't realise is the buying of followers and likes is actually huge. It's massive. And people will buy likes and followers to be, you know, oh yeah, I've got all these followers. The followers don't mean nothing, like at all. You can literally, someone that's got 1,000 followers can be way more successful and brilliant than someone that's got 100,000. And I'll say that every single time.
Yeah, followers don't mean anything if you haven't got people in chairs, let's be honest.
Definitely not. Definitely not. No, Amy, yeah, preach. Yeah, exactly that, Amy. Okay, so what helped you grow in confidence as a practitioner and as a business owner?
Doing lots and lots of different masterclasses. So I was at a period where you know, when you've done your training and you do like how everything, don't you?
Yeah.
I've just really scaled it back and took off things like fat dissolving. For me, it doesn't align with me. And I've really focused on things that I want to do, like, you know, fillers.
Yeah.
Although fillers, you know, aren't necessarily natural, they have their place. And like, I've just really niched down onto what I want to put out there, like what I want to master. And I've just made sure that I do lots of masterclasses. That's really helped. Making friends in the industry has helped as well. Because it's really hard. You start to kind of, you know, get the little bit of the imposter syndrome, don't you? You start to think, oh my gosh, like, am I doing well? Am I okay? Because you see everybody, like you say, posting with their jet, like going on their private jets to Dubai. And then you start to think, okay, well, I'm not there. Am I doing something wrong? Is my work wrong? And sometimes you just need them couple of friends to be like, no, your work is amazing. Like, look how far you've come.
Yeah. No, it's so true. And I'm glad that you touched on the imposter syndrome, because it's real. It is so real. You know, even with me deciding to close down, you know, my beauty and aesthetic business and focus fully on the CEO Digital Lab, there has been times that I've sat here and gone, am I okay to do this? Like, it's still, even I'm absolutely okay to be doing what I'm doing. I know that I'm good at what I do, but that imposter, it's like the little bad thing on your shoulder, isn't it? Like, some days I wake up like, I'm ready for it. I feel on top of the world. And other days I wake up like, what have I done? Am I okay enough to do this? And it's a real mental block sometimes, isn't it?
Absolutely. And especially when you look at someone down the road who's like fully booked, and then you're like, okay, well, I've got 2 clients this week. So that's 2. I remember when I started, I had like 2 clients in 6 months.
Yeah.
So 2 clients in a week is great now, but you do start to think, oh, like, should I be fully booked like what they are? And this person's left their NHS job to go full time. Why can't I do that yet? And it's just not my time.
Yeah, it is tough. And you do naturally compare, like, you know, with me when I was working from home, I would be looking at people with the big salons and things like that. And I'd compare myself so much. What's client support? That's the worst thing, is comparing yourself to others. We all do it. We do. It's just natural.
Yeah.
Natural human instinct. You know, I can look at someone and think, oh God, they've got the perfect life. Like, who am I to be preaching this type of stuff? You know, look at them. And it's really not about that. It's literally like our brains stay comfortable with what we know. We was on about it earlier on, wasn't we? Like, your brain stay comfortable with what you know, because it's wired that way. We don't like stepping out of our comfort zones, because people
absolutely not.
Yeah, you start to doubt yourself, and then you've always got that thing when you're like, oh, what are people going to think? Like, you just know that you're being shared in group chats. Like, you know, some of my stuff doesn't even get a like on it on here on TikTok, but it comes up that it's been shared. Like, you can see it, and I'm thinking, yeah, I know exactly what's happening with these, but you know what? I don't care, because this is what I am doing. Like, I own it. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm going to preach. I'm going to be my biggest cheerleader, and that's.
And you know what? It'll be the people that are doing nothing, still in the same job they've been in for like 15 years. Yeah, those will be the ones sharing it. Like, look, have you seen this? Well, okay.
Literally, like, just stay in your own lane, babe. Like, just stay in your own lane. Like,
literally, people don't do that enough, do they?
No. It's like, no matter what you do, you can't do right. If you didn't work, if you sat on your arse all day and did absolutely nothing, they'd have something to talk about. But then if you're actually striving to be a business owner, which is massive in itself, being a business owner, it takes some serious courage, determination, and, you know, the mental strain it takes on it. It would be easy to go, do you know what? No, I'm packing in, because it does get you like that sometimes. But it takes some serious strength, like, it really does. So you know what? If you want to post in your group chats, that's absolutely fine. Like, you do you. Like,
I'll send a selfie for you as well.
Yeah, like, post for it. You know, I really don't care. No, I love that. No, thank you for being so honest. So what do you love most about working in the aesthetic industry? Is it like the client transformations and things like that?
So for me, I really love just meeting new people, and I know that sounds really cliche. So I used to really love, like, being a nurse in the NHS. I used to, like, enjoy it. You know, when people used to moan and be like, oh, I used to think, well, it's not that bad, but lately, I don't know, it's terrible. Whereas this is more centered to what I want to do. I can help people in a different way, and I feel more aligned with it than I feel like I've transitioned out of I'm not saying I don't still care about my NHS job, because I do, but I don't feel like it's got my heart anymore.
Yeah. So interesting to, obviously you are in the NHS, so you're classed as a medic. So I'm going to bring up the non-medic medic debate. What's your take on that, Millie?
So I do believe that some treatments should only be medic only, but we're talking surgeons, doctors. So we're talking about, like, your BBLs and things like that. Those should only be, I wouldn't even want to do that myself.
No, like the bump stuff. Like someone
bum filler, breast filler, things, even PDO threads.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I always said I would never train in them when I was qualified.
Yeah, same. I never have. But as long as I basically prescribe for more non-medics than what I do medics, so I'm very much like, as long as you are trained right, as long as you are safe, there's absolutely no reason why you can't do it. If you are unsafe, then you shouldn't be doing it. 100%. There's nurses and doctors that cut corners. Equally, there are a lot of non-medics that cut corners.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it comes down to, I think, doesn't it, to general morals and people's core values. You know, if they come into the industry with the right intentions and the right client care, you know, then yeah, 100%. But people do come into the industry for the wrong reasons. Like we've said, they see the money signs. Oh yeah, I'm going to come into this industry, you know, and I'm going to cut corners. Yeah, Charmaine, good and bad in both. 100%. You know, it is. So I mean, I don't get wrong, like you say, the bum filler thing. I know someone that got sepsis from that. They went to a well-known clinic in Essex that did like celebrity, treatments. Again, she got drawn into the big following and the people that she did and things like that. She nearly died. She got sepsis. She was so poorly, like so poorly. And it's just like, wow, like it was something crazy. Like she had like, I think it was like 1,000 mil put into a bum or something insane like that. And she said the pain of it when it was being done is insane. Like we know that there is main arteries like running down that area. So what in the world is going on? Like why would someone think that's okay to do? I wouldn't at all.
I wouldn't do it. As a medic, I wouldn't do it, which is why I'm saying surgeons, they have that anatomy of where to go, don't they? Like they do actual BBLs, surgery. If anyone's going to know the anatomy, it's going to be them.
And you even hear horror stories, don't you? People like dying on surgery tables that are literally there having that surgery done. Like it's absolutely
risky. Like, yeah,
and people. But I think the thing is as well, it's the general public. Like we've got a responsibility as qualified practitioners to educate the general public, and I'm massive on education. Like that is the biggest thing I think we should be doing. We've got a responsibility of it, and I think the sad thing is a lot of, the public don't actually know how serious things are in this industry. Before I came into the industry, I didn't even know that Botox, for example, needed to be a prescription only. Like I generally, and you do see people, I've had a cancellation for Botox today. Does anyone want it? Well, that's not their prescription. You legally can't do that. You're breaking the law. You shouldn't even be advertising it on social media anyway.
And where did you get that product from in the first instance?
Literally. My friend actually had some Botox done like a few weeks ago, and she said to me, she went, "Oh, I had some Botox done." She went, "And you're going to kill me." And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Well, when I last came to you when you were practicing," I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Obviously, there was a prescription, there was this whole like consultation." I was like, "Yeah." "Oh, there was none of that." And when I questioned it, she was like, "Oh, I'm a prescriber." She went, "But it was all ready there for her when she walked in." And to me, if you walk in to have Botox done and it's already all in the needle,
a needle,
that is how, because you've not even, your anatomy's not been assessed or anything as of yet. How do you even know how many units you're putting into that client's face?
I always, even though people, when all of this non-remote prescription thing came in, loads of people were like, "You're lucky you could still do your prescriptions." I was like, I still have to get people in for a consultation. I still have to educate them about the risks. I still have to go through everything. It's no different for me than what it is you. And if that's your point of view, that's bad. Like, you should have your consultation.
100%. I mean, I can remember when it did move to that, when it was face-to-face, and I referred, my clients to you. And I can remember one client saying, "Can't you just have a word with her?" No, that's it. That's a legal thing. I can't just have a word with her. You need to go and see her. And if you can't get to, where you're located, then, maybe go and find someone else, that can get you to
know. Just have a word with her.
Down the road from me, literally down the road from me, But even, I think it's quite concerning that even clients are willing to cut corners as well. Like, surely you want to know what's going into your body. Because that could be anything. I could be putting anything into you. Like, literally, if you're not having a consultation or a prescription done for you, what could I be putting into you? Are you not scared?
Well, yeah. And you know what's also scary? I've had people come for fillers that I've had fillers elsewhere before. And I'm like, "Do you know what a vascular occlusion is?" And they're like, "No, what's that?" And I said, "So you've had filler before and they've never told you what to look out for, like what to do if you're concerned?" They're like, "No, what is one?" And like, how scary is that?
Crazy. Like,
and if you educate them as well, they're less likely to message you like, "Is this just a bruise? I'm really concerned." If you've talked them through it and told them how to check their own cap refill, they'd be much better. They'll know what they're looking out for.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even when I would be aspirating, I would actually say to the client, like, "Right, sharp scratch, aspirating," and I'll go, "All clear, inject." I would talk them through what I was doing. And all of my clients used to say to me, "I love that you do that, because I actually know what you're doing." Because, if you're just holding a needle there and say you are aspirating, and the clients would think, what's she doing? What's she just stood there for? actually communicating with clients, like, this is what I'm going to do, you know, it's just them little bits, isn't it? Like, it's general client care. We're educated at the same time.
Charmaine, I overtell my clients I'm surprised they have it done. I love Charmaine. I actually prescribed for Charmaine, and Charmaine did my brows.
Yeah. Even clients, I tell all my clients how to do a cut refill, and they've never been told. It's really concerning, isn't it, girls? Like, it's so concerning. Like, I would rather tell a client too much and maybe scare them a little bit, not obviously on purpose, but I want them to be aware of what the risks are, because it does carry risks. It does.
It does, absolutely. And those risks, if they don't know what they are, can lead to things like tissue death, blindness.
So serious.
They need to know what to look out for.
Yeah, 100%. So where do you see the industry going in the next few years? Because there's a lot going on at the moment, isn't there?
I don't know. I feel like at some point the industry is going to be more divided. There's going to be a lot of changes. Where that goes, I don't know. Will people have to do level 7? I don't know. Licensing, I think for sure will come out. In terms of where does the industry go? Does it go medic only? Does it not? I don't know. I don't know what the plans are.
I'm seeing a lot of training academies now pushing level 7, you know, and there is a lot of people that are going for it. And every single person, you know, that has shared their journey with level 7 has said it's hard. It is intense. It's massive, like absolutely massive. And I came across a video on TikTok the other day of this girl. She literally removed all of her qualifications from her wall, and she was going to uni to go and do some type of thing. She's like, I am not, you know, and all these people in the comments saying, oh, you're being scaremongered. Like, why are you doing that? She's like, I feel like I need to. I feel like that's what I need to do, and it's making me feel better. Like, I think there's just so many different opinions on it. I mean, I know some people that are a bit more relaxed about it, like, oh, I'll worry about it when it comes to it, you know, that type of thing. They're not going to do it overnight. There's going to be plenty of notice, but I do feel like it is going to be level 7. That's my personal opinion.
But then also, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it means everybody in theory should be trained up to the same standard, which they're not.
I mean, I think everyone at the moment is scaremongering. Yeah, I do think there is a lot. I do think a lot of it is going on, like the scaremongering of it. Like at the moment, we don't actually know, do we? We don't know. Like with the changes, for example, with the face-to-face prescribing coming in, they thought it was going to come in then, didn't they? There was all, I can remember I was reading on like a forum on Facebook, and it was like, oh, this is the changes. Like, that's it, guys. Like, goodbye to you non-medics. Like, blah, blah, blah. And all it was is just the face-to-face prescription. So I think there's so much, you know, people like getting really, you know, backs and forward of each other about it, because the non-medic and medic argument, it can get nasty. Like, in some of these forums that I'm in, it can get nasty.
Did you see that Facebook page where they were like naming and shaming nurses? They were posting like their pins, their addresses. I just thought, how horrible is this? And it was coming from non-medics as well.
Because I don't want to see that.
No.
Whether someone's a non-medic or a medic, we have the same amount of respect for each other, you know, as a practitioner. We are all in the same industry, and it's like it's just creating such a divide. It's gone insane. And them type of things, I will literally block that group, or wherever I see it, I won't even read it, because it upsets me. People are human. Let's not take that out of it. It's a bit like social media, isn't it? You get so much hate on some videos. I mean, I've had to block some accounts just since, you know, I've been posting a lot more for this side of the business. And do people realise that we're human? Like, we're human, we have feelings. Like, I have sat and cried over some comments that have been said to me on social media. Like, who do you think you are to make someone feel like that, another human? Like, what is that all about?
It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah. What's Amy saying? I've had that issue recently with myself being a non-medic. Another practitioner in the same place doesn't like me. It's insane. Like, to me, it's just screaming like insecurity. Like, there's room for everyone in this industry. I don't care what anyone says. People will say it's saturated. Yes, it is. But there is room for everyone. 100% there's room for everyone.
Absolutely. There's room for everyone who does things properly.
Yeah, there definitely is. There definitely is. So what advice would you give to someone, Millie, that was new to this industry? Like, what is your like top advice and tips?
Be realistic. So don't come into this industry with rose-tinted glasses, because it can knock you down, but you just have to keep going. Invest do your training, do your masterclasses, make sure you have a really good network around you. I've got some fantastic people around me, and I like to think that I'm a support for people as well. So make sure that you find yourself those people, and make sure not everybody in this industry is nice, not everybody's got their like your best interest. So make sure that they're not taking you on a ride, and also make sure you just keep posting, keep being yourself, because people like you for you, not for the trends.
100%.
Be personable. I used to never show my face on camera. I never used to show myself.
It scared you, didn't it? Showing off. No. And it is nerve-wracking. Like, I can remember, like, I was telling you about it, wasn't I, when I very first went live on Facebook?
Yeah.
I was actually pacing up and down my house. It was like pure fear. You would honestly think that something really, that I'd been told something was going to happen to me. It's like I was told it already, right? And I was pacing up and down my house. My hands were like shaking, like I felt sick. And when I went live, 'cause I had to do it, because I told everyone that I was going live, I committed. So I had to be accountable, I had to do it. So I went live, and even when I watched the replay back, you could see my hands, like they was like that. I was absolutely freaking out, and I thought, I'm going to faint. I am actually going to faint on live for everyone to see. And you know what? Once people started commenting and joining, it was like, oh, this isn't as scary as you think. Like, it really isn't. Like, it's like being on FaceTime. Like, it generally is like being on FaceTime. And like you say, people are always going to judge, always going to have that. You just got to, you just feel like, do you know what? Judge me. Do what? Have your comments. I don't care. Like, I'm making money from it, babe. Like, this is my job. This is my business. And people do buy from people now. You have to show up. You have to be showing your face, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Because do you see these people on the faceless accounts being like, I've made £8,000? How?
I don't get it.
How have you made that money not showing your face?
I don't get it, because for me, especially with now, obviously with the beauty and aesthetic business, my clients, or my ideal clients, or my audience, should I say, was the general public. It was almost like business to customer sort of thing. So obviously now that I have switched up and moved to this side of the business, it's now B2B, it's business to business. So my target audience has completely changed. So I have got to show up in a way that as if no one knows me. This is the first time they're seeing me on every single video, because the algorithm just kicks us all the time. We never know what's going on, do we? Like, we're 1 minute we're all right, the next minute our insights have gone down, and you're just like, where's it going wrong? Like, what is happening here? Like, it's tough. But the videos where you're showing up in your face, they're the ones that perform the best. Generally, they are the ones that perform the best.
Absolutely. You don't show that face, well, people don't know who you are, people won't remember you. I saw something about basically your social media is like Netflix.
Literally.
There's so many things, so many people on there. You've got to catch somebody's eye. You're not going to do that by not being yourself, are you?
And you now have like literally 3 seconds to catch someone's attention, or they'll scroll past you. So you've got to have that first 3 seconds of your video has got to be like crazily like attracting, just for someone to continue watching, because obviously the rest of the video is going to be what's got the value in it and whatever you're actually trying to put across. But if you can't capture that attention in that first 3 seconds, it doesn't get watched. And if it doesn't get watched, the algorithm thinks that, oh, this content's rubbish, I'm not going to push it out to anyone else. So then your views go down, and it's crazy, isn't it? It's like a crazy world social media is, like it is.
You literally need to make that your full-time job to know what's going on.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. It's tough out there. So with you and your business now then, Millie, what have you got anything exciting coming up? Have you got anything in the pipeline? Obviously, I know you're already doing a lot. Like, you do a lot. You're a prescriber. Like, you work for the NHS. You've got your business. But have you got anything that you want to do? Like, any more masterclasses or anything that you want to zone in a little bit more on?
So I did a masterclass on Wednesday.
Okay.
And so I did a nose masterclass. So I do noses.
Yeah.
Noses are pretty much my niche. However, because I don't want to become complacent, I just make sure every year I do masterclasses in the areas that I have made my niche. With different people, you pick up hints and tips. So I did that.
Yeah.
March, I've got 2 masterclasses coming up as well. I've just crammed them all in.
Yeah, but that's amazing though, because to me, that just shows how much you care about your job. You're not just saying, okay, I'm qualified and that is it. Like, you're always looking for ways to upskill yourself, to perfect things. And like I say, you do pick up different things from different people, don't you? Because they do have different techniques. So my sister, for example, she had her nose done. She's never had any filler or anything in her life. She's terrified of needles. You wouldn't think it because she's covered in tattoos. She tattoos herself. She's a tattoo artist, right? But she's absolutely terrified of needles. She's like, will you come with me? And I was like, yeah. And oh my God, I was watching the practitioner, like staring at her. And she was like, look at me. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm in this industry myself. Like, I'm not being a weirdo, because I literally was like absolutely obsessed with what she was doing. Like, I was, you find it mesmerising, don't you, watching other people work? I love it. Like when Clancy's working and she's injecting, I'm there like staring into her soul, watching what she's doing, because I just love it. Like, you do find like a general love for it, don't you? Because it's art. It's a craft.
It is. I might not be artistic in the sense of drawing, but just give me a needle any day and
same.
That's my art.
Yeah, and it's funny that you would say that, because when you go back to the very beginning and how terrified we was at injecting lips, and then now, like, you could just do it with your eyes shut. I mean, I've not injected anyone now since September when I closed my business, but I generally feel like I could pick up a needle right now and be like, yeah,
probably could.
I know, I'm all right. I'm not scared. Like, I'm not scared. Might have a little bit of doubt, thinking maybe I need to do another masterclass here, but no, I think once you've got it, you've got it. A bit like riding a bike, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever pick up a needle again?
No.
Do you not?
I don't, babe. No, I feel like I say, I always knew the direction that I would eventually take because of what I feel aligned with. A bit like how what you're aligned with, you've removed certain services and niche down on the other ones because that's where you feel aligned. And with me doing, Rose & Co, the beauty and aesthetic business, I started to feel like I resented it. Like it,
right.
Like it was it because I was working on all of the guides and things behind the scenes. She's doing my skin booster. I'll do that for you. Yeah, yeah. So maybe I might pick up a needle again because I can't face, but that's fine. But yeah, no. I think when I was sat making my guides and things like that, I was like, wow. It just sparked something off inside me because I naturally became someone that people would come to for help and advice with social media, branding, all that type of stuff. It naturally just started coming to me, and I've been speaking to my friends about it, and they was all like, Yannah, like you've actually got, a really good, valuable knowledge here that you could actually go ahead and set up like a whole business here. And like I say, I started working on the guide, and it just sparked something in me. And then I started trying to juggle them both. For 18 months it took me before I released and launched the CEO Digital Lab. 18 months it took me because that's how much I perfected everything. And I just had to make a decision. My health hasn't been brilliant, and it literally was like, right, okay, what am I more aligned with? Where is it that I'm going? Okay, that's what I want to do. I'm going for it. And it's a massive risk, huge risk. Gone from having like a really successful business to closing it down and then all of a sudden starting from scratch,
Did you do your job that you do now alongside your aesthetics?
No, it was a different job. I was in a different job because I'm also trained in domestic abuse as well. So
that's such a good thing to be trained in.
So I was working as a domestic abuse support worker when I was back doing the beauty and aesthetic business. So I was only there 20 hours a week. But as you can imagine, at the same time as well, I had to do a diploma qualification. So that was going on. I'm then doing my beauty and aesthetic business, and then I'm working on a whole new business as well. So my head was fried, like literally, like I say, since I've entered this industry, my brain just feels so full all the time. You was literally juggling everything. I really was like, I was going to like court cases with people, I was supporting victims through court cases and, safeguarding, multi-agency meetings and things like that. So it was a lot. So I actually walked away from that job, gone to the job that I'm doing now, but then also at the same time made the decision to close down the beauty and aesthetic just to focus on this. Because I thought I just can't do all of it. I had to make some drastic decisions because my health deteriorated. I was in hospital infection. Like I needed to release something. Do you know what I mean? We're human at the end of the day, aren't we? We couldn't do so much.
Yeah, it's true. It's crazy. And that must have been scary as well.
Well, it was. I had a headache. It was a crazy story. I had a headache. When I started at the place that I am now, so I had a headache and I thought, well, I can't phone in sick. It's my first day, So I went to work for the first 4 days and I was feeling more and more unwell every single day. And I'm thinking, something isn't right. And then I woke up early hours on the Friday morning and it felt like, the only way I could explain it was like a thunderclap in my head.
Oh no.
You know what they say about thunderclaps in the head? Like, I was thinking, oh my God, I was screaming. Oh, what the hell is this going on? Oh, we've got 5 minutes. Oh, wait, what's going on? Sorry, I had to do the puzzle. Oh, there we go. About to cut us off unless I moved a puzzle piece. Yeah, so I woke up on the Friday morning with early hours with like a thunderclap headache, and I was pacing up and down the house thinking, oh my God, the pain in my head I've never experienced anything like it in my life. Like, I was like, oh my God, what's happening? So I took some tablets and then it got to like 5 a.m. and I was like, no, something is really wrong. I just knew that something was wrong. So I rang 111 and then, yeah, the rest history, I ended up in hospital with a brain infection. So yeah, that headache that I had leading up to it actually was a sign that something was actually wrong. So they found something that needs to be removed. Nothing sinister or anything like that, but it's causing me issues. Like, I can't even hear out this left ear right now, like, at all. It's just like deaf. Like, I can't hear anything. So yeah, because all that was going on, and I know that this surgery is going to be coming up and it's going to be quite a big surgery, I thought, you know what, I need to put my health first. Like, where am I more aligned? What do I need to focus on? And that's when I made the decision, you know. And a lot of my friends said to me, you're making the wrong decision. I'm like, no, I just know I'm not. I just know I'm not. You just know when you're aligned, don't you?
Yeah, and you also knew your body and knew you couldn't keep doing what you were doing.
No, definitely not.
I also wonder if that was your body telling you that wasn't right for you too.
Probably. Like, it was just all a bit crazy. Like, it was all crazy how it all planned out. Like, but the week before I had this headache, which is the weirdest thing. I'd had the headache for 2 weeks straight, and I'd actually gone to Ripley Hospital like a week before. And they was like, oh, you need to go to like Kings Mill or something. We think something else could kind of be going on. And they just sent me home with some tablets. So this was all like leading up, you know. But again, I think that shows like the strain that NHS is under as well, doesn't it? Like, the NHS is just so broken at the moment. It's sad to see.
It is sad to see. If they just paid people properly, then I feel like we wouldn't be in this position, because people wouldn't be going to private or even leaving nursing or being a doctor in general. Loads of people are even going to Australia. What does that tell you about our system?
I know. And I think a lot more people are as well from the NHS stepping into aesthetics as well, aren't they? Because of the way that NHS is. I mean, you get paid more in aesthetics on paper. Like, let's not forget all our expense and things, but it looks more appealing from the outside, doesn't it? For someone that's working 12-hour shifts, you know, rushed off the feet with no breaks and things like that. It's crazy how it's all turned upside down, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And people that are even qualifying, there's no jobs for them because there's no money in the NHS.
You're seeing people qualify. I've seen it, you know, I've seen people post about it that they've graduated and there's nothing for them to go into.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You've invested all, you know, you're now in debt, ridiculous amounts of debt with your student loan or whatever, you know, from going to uni, and now you haven't even got a job to step into that you've qualified in. Like, wow.
You spend like £30,000 to even go to uni to do.
Absolutely crazy. Mental. Right, so Millie, for anyone that's watching,
yep,
where can people find you on social media? Obviously, you don't tend to use TikTok that much, do you? It's over.
No, but I'm going to try and start to use TikTok more.
I'm going to go on to the dark side.
I am. So I am on Facebook and I am on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I am on Instagram as medical aesthetics _by Amelia, if anyone wants to follow me. Same on Facebook. You can find my Facebook through Instagram. And obviously this is my TikTok account.
Yeah. So I'm going to look forward to you starting on your TikToks and things like that. In fact, before we do wrap up, obviously you've had a bit of a day today, haven't you?
Yes.
We briefly spoke about. So I just think I want you to share that with what's happened today, because with your experience and also you being a prescriber, I think it's a really good educational insight to people that prescribers aren't just there just to write a prescription.
Yeah.
They're there in times of emergency. So if you'd like to share that with people, I'd be really grateful.
So I was nicely having my lunch, as you do on a Saturday, and I got a phone call from someone I prescribe for. I'd done face-to-face prescription for her client last week for a lip dissolve. She did the patch test, everything was fine. And then I want to say probably 15 minutes after, her face really swelled up. So it It wasn't a severe allergic reaction. However, she did have a moderate allergic reaction. So she brought a client to our clinic, wrote a prescription for some steroids, and then off we went to Tesco pharmacy to get some.
You know what? It just goes to show, though, doesn't it, how quickly something can change, because a lot of people are allergic to the drug that's used to dissolve lips, which you don't learn about obviously until training.
No.
People not be allergic to anything, they're likely going to be allergic to that. It's actually really scary, you know.
Yeah, there's evidence to say those with multiple, but this person had no allergies at all, never had any allergic reactions. But those that are allergic to multiple things, like more than 4 allergies, will more than likely be allergic to hyaluronidase.
Do you know what's really concerning, though, is those that are using black market product. What do these people do in emergency like this? Because they've not got a prescriber to call on to do a prescription like that. Like, it's such a knock-on effect. Like, you know, it's scary, isn't it? Like, what would
I don't know what they would do. I had somebody who remotely got a prescription and gave someone an eyelid ptosis and then wanted me to see her client. I was like, well, where did you get your prescription from? And they were like, Faces. I said, well, you need to go back to your prescriber who prescribed it, because legally I offered to do face-to-face prescriptions for you, and you chose that you wanted to find someone to do it remotely. So that's kind of a bit of a slap in the face.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it is. Well, Millie, it's been an hour and 10 minutes, babe. You've been absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for being my very first guest. I told you you'd do great. How did you find it? Did you find it all right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for coming on, honestly. And I'm going to get you on again in the future. Like, you know, when you do some more masterclasses, I'm going to get you to come on. I'm like, we're going to preach masterclasses to people today, because, yeah, it is so important, just continuous education, isn't it? And no, honestly, you've been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It's been amazing. And I'll see you all on the next one, which is not next weekend, the weekend after. So it will come down very quick, and I will post all about it on my socials. But yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Millie.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.